Hi, welcome to the Computer Guy Reviews. Today we are going to be doing the Nintendo Switch. That's this guy here. We're going to talk about the screen, the design, like Vanna White here, sturdy of the console as well as the controls. We're going to talk about external controllers connecting to it as well as docking. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. So first thing we're going to talk about is the screen. So this, if you can't tell, is a little bit smaller than the original one. The screen 5.5 diagonal measurement instead of the 6.2 that it was. The upside to that, because this is a smaller screen, they were actually able to pack more pixels per inch with this. So this is a 267 pixels, and the original one was actually 236. So there's more pixels per inch, which looks a little bit sharper, a little bit more crisper image for not that much smaller of a screen size. One of the nice things that I like is the placement of the buttons on the top. So the nice thing about having it, the power button kind of recessed, is the fact that you're not going to accidentally press it. It's not going to interrupt your gameplay. As far as the placement of the buttons that they have here, they are a little tiny. For me, I've got large hands. They are a little tiny, but honestly, for the overall scale of this, I think that they're placed pretty good. My thumb could basically fit over all of the buttons, but that's okay because I kind of treat it almost like the diagonal pad where I leave my thumb on it and I just press kind of whichever way that I need to kind of press the button, which is okay. Like I said, it works for it. For those that feel like that's a little bit too close together, you can always use an external controller if you need to. That's not a big deal. I almost feel like the console is just as big as some of the controllers, and that's okay because it's nice and lightweight and it feels great. One of the other things is like the original, well, unlike the original, you can't remove the two sides and make them separate controllers. Sorry, can't do that with this one. Even though it does feel small, even though it is smaller, it feels very comfortable in my hands. The joy pads feel nice and sturdy. All of the buttons feel nice and sturdy. One of the key things that I was actually going to talk about was they don't feel like they're going to stick where they place that. They actually did a really good job. I'm going to click on this part here. You can hear it. You can hear me clicking on that as well as this part here. Yeah, like I said, they did really good job. Both sides, really good job. Alrighty, so external controllers. So the nice thing about this is, like I mentioned before, you can still sync third-party controllers, external controllers to this, so you don't get that limitation. I know that some people have talked about with the original ones, you can play with other friends. Well, you can play with other friends with this. A little bit of a limitation that you're going to have with the screen size, but you can still game with an extra controller. Most of the time, what I will do is, if I don't want to hold this for a long period of time, I'll actually have my case on it that has the kickstand. Just set it up just a little distance from me and use the controller, just so that I don't have to have my head down like this when I'm playing, which kind of hurts sometimes. And it's a more comfortable to look out at something and use a controller. So that's just a personal preference, and I like that I can do either. So now we're going to talk about docking. This is probably one of the biggest things that I think that should be more distinct in the documentation, I guess, for the Switch Lite. A lot of people buy this and they go, hey, this is $100 cheaper. I'm going to buy this and a third-party dock and hook it up to a TV. You can't. And it's not a limitation of, well, it won't fit. I'm going to get it in there. I've seen some iFixit videos. I've seen some other people on YouTube show it. The reason why is to cut cost for this. They actually removed the chip. There's an actual physical chip on here that allows it that when it is docked, it sends video out through the Type-C. they removed that chip in the Lite version. Again, to cut cost. And that's fine. If that chip costs $100, then by all means get rid of it. You can use a third-party dock if you are just wanting to charge this, so that's fine. It does support fast charging if you have a dock that does that, a dock that doesn't have sides. The one that comes with the old one kind of slots in, and because this is shorter and it's a really wide frame, it doesn't fit into it. Third-party ones it should fit onto. Let's go ahead and recap. So, great screen resolution. It actually has a better screen pixel per inch than the original one. It's small, lightweight. The buttons feel nice and responsive. It feels comfortable even in somebody that has fairly large hands. Sturdy controls. Again, very responsive. Able to connect external controllers if you need to, which is pretty nice. One of the cons is I feel that the documentation, not that it doesn't have the chip to allow it to dock and project to a TV, but I feel like the documentation needs to be clearer for most people, and I feel like it's kind of missing the mark on that they don't want people to really know too much about it, that it's just a Lite version, that the name Lite should kind of dictate that it's not like the original one. Because of that, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. If they can clear up the documentation and make it more predominant, make it more clear when you go to purchase this is not able to connect to the TV, even if it's just an icon that it shows like a little link to a TV and it has an X on the TV, even if it's something like that on the box, I feel like that would give more of an inclination that it's not able to do it. It's just not able to do it. If they can take care of that, I will bump this up to a 5 out of 5. Otherwise, I'm comfortable with saying that this is a 4 out of 5. For sure. And if you guys haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Hit that little bell. Make sure you get notified whenever I do any of these. If I go live on videos or if I upload anything. Please check the links below. I do have affiliate links for this as well as other reviews that I've done on the channel. Please check those out, and if you can help out the channel, please use those affiliate links. I also have a link for mint.com that is also in the description. That's if you're looking for something that's really inexpensive cell phone plans as low as $15 a month. Definitely check those out, and again, that would help out the channel too. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.